Introducing the Horizon MemoryCraft 12000. Expand your sewing, quilting, and embroidery to new horizons with the most workspace ever on a Janome, and embroidery features beyond anything on the 11000, including the largest, most stable embroidery arm ever developed by Janome. From AccuFeed Flex to the innovative touch display, everything on the outside of the MemoryCraft 12000 looks new, but it's what's on the inside that will change the way you create. Let's start with embroidery layout. When you're using the built-in program, you're not limited to the touchscreen. Watch this. The new Horizon Link feature lets you connect your PC and work on your machine in real time on any size screen. Or with the software installed on your laptop or Windows tablet, work on your embroidery wherever you happen to be. Create on the go. Just link your computer to your MemoryCraft 12000 and you're ready to stitch. Don't put your PC away yet, because it allows you to do something even more amazing. Create your own running stitches for your MemoryCraft 12000 with the Stitch Composer. You don't just combine or adjust existing stitches, you make them from scratch. It's easy, sort of like a sophisticated dot-to-dot, and very addictive. Your machine can store up to 30 of these at a time, but you can save an unlimited number on your PC. Then just load them and use them like you would any stitch. The MemoryCraft 12000 does embroidery in a big way, and there's still no bulky attachment sticking out from the side of your machine. The linear motion embroidery system slips neatly onto the back. During regular sewing, it gives your fabric extra support and still allows you to use the free arm. You have a bigger embroidery area than ever before with greater accuracy. The linear motion embroidery system utilizes 3 linear guides instead of just 1. This technology, developed for industrial robots, gives you beautiful stitch quality down to the finest detail. And with 4 standard hoops up to 11.8 inches long, you can use dozens of the large-scale built-in embroidery designs, or easily import new designs of virtually any size. The machine also has the new JPX format. It allows the MemoryCraft 12000 to view graphic data, which you can use to fine-tune your design when embroidering iron-on transfers. Do you like free motion quilting? This next feature will blow you away. Imagine starting your free motion with a straight stitch, then widening it out to a zigzag, all without taking your hands off your fabric. The variable zigzag function allows you to broaden and taper stitches while you're sewing using the knee lifter. Choose the variable zigzag function and start sewing. Begin widening your stitch with the touch of your knee, up to 9 millimeters wide. As you release the knee lifter, the stitch narrows again. And speaking of a 9 millimeter stitch width, this new machine has it, a first for Janome. The MemoryCraft 12000 comes with 425 built-in stitches, many of which can be set up to 9 millimeters wide. To accommodate this new stitch width, the machine comes with 20 new presser feet. One of the places you'll enjoy this width is in the expanded collection of play stitches. Whimsical and clever, you could play with them all day. Quilters love our AccuFeed system. Now it's been given a major upgrade and a new name, AccuFeed Flex. It still keeps your thickest, trickiest layers moving in perfect sync with the feed dogs, but it's also detachable, so when you're not using it, you can easily remove it. AccuFeed Flex works with 2 kinds of feet, a dual prong for extra traction and a single prong for when you need to get in close. You'll have a much easier time seeing up close on the MemoryCraft 12000 thanks to the optical illumination system. The highlight slides out to give extra illumination to the needle. And for a really close look, you can attach the AccuView magnifier. This machine gives you embroidery and sewing speeds up to 1,000 stitches per minute, 1-step needle plate conversion, a pivot function on the automatic presser foot lifter, an automatic height sensor for free motion quilting, an automatic pressure sensor for the presser foot, and the new and improved cloth guide, which automatically measures seams up to 8 1/4 inches wide. These are just a few of the features that save you time and give you a more professional finish. The Horizon MemoryCraft 12000 is a major step forward in sewing. It will allow you to complete your projects more quickly when you're under a deadline. But it's so effortless to use and gives you such amazing creative tools. You'll be able to enjoy whole days of sewing, quilting, and embroidery. It's truly expanding your horizon. These four women have something in common. They're working together to create a custom nursery project. They're under a tight deadline, and they're all sewing on a machine that they'd never seen until just a few minutes ago. These are the first customers to use Janome's brand new Horizon MemoryCraft 12000, a machine that brings you the ultimate top-of-the-line features in a way that's so easy and convenient you'll be able to use these features within minutes after taking it out of the box. But don't take our word for it. Let's see what these women have to say.
The first thing I experienced when I sat down at the machine was the roominess. The actual working space was so big that I could really spread out my project and get comfortable.
Part of my project involved some pillows with embroidered frogs, and I'm kind of new at embroidery, so I was a bit nervous with trying it on a machine I had never used before. But the MemoryCraft 12000 made it so easy. You just set it up, press start, and it was like the machine actually knew what to do. I can already tell that this machine is capable of embroidery functions I haven't even dreamed of yet. The way it's set up, it can go as advanced as I want, and yet at the same time, if I want to do something simple, it makes it easy and not more complicated. They have this slim embroidery unit that fits on the back, and so the embroidery arm swings out the back of the machine, and it feels really sturdy. I felt like the embroidery area gave me all this room to work with.
I've worked on machines that would either give you very precise stitching or would go really fast, but you kind of had to choose which one you wanted. The great thing about this machine is it gives you both.
I love that you can just leave the embroidery unit attached when you do regular sewing. Making these little dresses, I was going back and forth between embroidery and sewing, so that was really nice.
My only problem with the machine was that there were so many cool features. I wanted to play with them all, but there wasn't enough time. I had some work to get done. I'm really excited to play with the new Stitch Composer. It looks amazing. If you can do dot to dot, you can create your own stitches. How cool is that?
When you're a professional stitcher, you learn one thing really quickly. The bells and whistles are really nice, but what you need to know is this machine sturdy and dependable?
For me, it's important the machine is quick. I don't always have a lot of time to get my projects done, so I really need it to keep up with me. When I do a command on the touch screen, I need it to respond quickly, and this machine was really quick. It had fast response, fast stitching. I was really pleased. I also want my machine to be quiet. When I'm working with a group of friends, I don't want to have to yell over the top of the machine like we're in some sort of sweat factory. I loved how quiet this machine was. Plenty of power, but nice and quiet.
I really like the lighting on this machine. I remember growing up, my grandma would be sewing and she'd have to get up, drag a lamp across the room over to her sewing area just so she could see. I'm obviously a very young, healthy woman, but I do occasionally need a little bit of help seeing small things. The lighting on the MemoryCraft 12000 is great. And if I need a little extra light, there's a highlight feature I can pop open. If I really need a closer look, it's got a built-in magnifier. They've really got me covered.
One of the things I got to make for the nursery was a quilt. So I got to use the AccuFeed Flex. It moved the fabric through beautifully, and when I was done, I just detached it and it was out of my way. I love the quick change needle plate. I didn't even need a screwdriver. When I went from sewing the crib bumpers to working on the quilt, it just took a second to switch over. I just clicked the release, popped off my regular plate, and popped in the straight stitch plate.
I can sum up what I like about this machine in one word: flexible. If I'm under a major deadline like we were today, it gets my project done quickly. But if I were sewing to relax and I had more time, this is a machine I'd want to sew on all day long.
To be honest, I'm a little nervous about going home and sewing on my old machine. With all the roominess and great features on this machine, I may not want to sew on anything else ever again. This machine could really spoil you.
And there you have it. Whether you quilt, embroider, sew home decor, or do a combination of all three, this machine will do it all and make every project more enjoyable. Try it for yourself at your local authorized Janome dealer.